There you
All
go.
right. Well, for everyone tuning in right now, this is Inverse Happy Hour. My name is Jake, but more importantly, we've got Rob Liefeld, incredible comic book creator,
Yay!
the man behind Cable, Deadpool, Domino, so many others. Thank you
Cable!
so much for joining us, Rob.
Let's hear
Oh
it for
man, look at
Cable!
that.
Let's hear it for Chef Deadpool! Woo! All
So
right.
yeah, if you've got any questions for Rob, put them in the chat, and I'll ask them to him. And
Not create Spider-Ham.
oh
But
man,
how
but
great is he? All
he's
right.
pretty great.
There you go. Peter Porker.
Peter Porker.
Okay. What is up?
I'm doing good. How are you? How are you holding up these days?
Here's the deal. I was telling my kids the other day, this is my life. I'm a hermit. So the quarantine was like, the way it screwed me up is it put 3 teenagers on top of me all day long, okay?
Oh, man.
I have 19, 17, and 16, okay? I need more of what you got. I need less of this and more of your bourbon. You know what? I'll be right back. Would you hold on?
Okay. Rob Liefeld, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you're just tuning in, we've got the creator of Cable, Deadpool, Domino, a bunch of other awesome comic book characters, Rob Liefeld, in the house for Inverse Happy Hour. And send us your questions, and we'll ask them to Rob. And in a bit, he's going to be reading from one of his favorite comics ever. Oh, look at this.
Oh, I got my Aviation Gin, okay?
Oh, very on brand.
We're all not working for Ryan Reynolds. What the hell are we doing, right? Here I am. I got my Aviation Gin, my Propel Water, happy hour. There you
Cheers.
go. I'm not Ryan, but who is, okay?
I hope so. All right, I've already got one question from Matt, who wants to know, who have you enjoyed collaborating with the most? And also, is there anyone you still would want to collaborate with?
So I don't want to collaborate with anyone anymore because that's a and I do well by myself. But
You do.
the answer, there's only one answer about who I collaborated with. We won awards together, but mostly it was him. And if I could do an imitation of him, it's Alan Moore.
Oh yeah.
Crazy Brit who gave us Watchmen, okay? The acclaimed Swamp Thing. What's the Natalie Portman movie? That's all I can see.
V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
The guy's amazing. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen from Hell. Alan and I worked together for 3 years, and I have never laughed as hard as when I was, because he comes off like this total hard-ass sorcerer. Like, he wants you to believe this image, but when you get him, that's all an act. He's just a regular guy who didn't stop talking about Pulp Fiction the day he saw it. And I have a 2-hour, upon my death, I'm releasing the Leifeld Alan Moore recordings. Because I said, I'm recording this. And he just went on and on and on and on about Pulp Fiction. Like, that movie moved him. So anyway, there's my answer. Sorry, it's long-winded.
No, it's great. I'm looking forward to those tapes.
Yeah, there you go. I'll have to die first, so.
Well, then, I'll wait. Cheers. One more question again from Bike Mensa, I guess is his name. What was it like working on Phantom Force?
So Phantom Force, for those of you who don't know, I don't have a copy behind me, but I've been sharing pages from it. The great Jack Kirby. It occurred to me the other day, I am the only guy from Image who hung out with Jack. Like, Jack Kirby is a god among, wait right here.
Jack Kirby is great. All right.
Do you see how big this
is?
Oh,
wow. That's awesome.
This is Jack Kirby. Dude, look at me. Look at the book. Look at the freaking book, okay?
That's massive.
Jack Kirby was the god of comics, okay? Watch. Listen to when I drop it, okay? So anyway, Jack Kirby comes up to me. I meet him. He tells me how much he likes my work, wants to see if I want to come over for dinner. I drive to Thousand Oaks. We hang out. You do not understand what it's like to hang out with this man who brought us the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, created Captain America with Joe Simon in 1942. Kids, Stan Lee, love him to death, had nothing to do with Captain America, okay? That's Jack and Joe. And Jack was just this incredible person. And long story short, he led me into the secret room where there was his art. and there was these giant drawers in the closet. He opened the closet, and in the drawers was a bunch of old, unfinished stories. One particular one, this is how Jack Kirby works. He loved Bruce Lee. And so in the mid 70s, he drew an entire Bruce Lee comic to try and convince the Bruce Lee estate to let him do a Bruce Lee comic. So it's all Bruce Lee, and he changed, and he said they turned him down.
Oh.
So he changed the name. Some kick-ass guy who's I'm forgetting right now, but I'm looking at all these amazing pages, and then these other half story and this other half story, and I said, Jack, what if we publish this? What if me and Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee, what if we all ink these pages? We would ink you, Eric Larson, and publish it. And he's like, you do that for me? And I said, yes, we love you, Jack. And so we ended up forging this entire 2 issues, about probably 70 pages. It sold about 600,000 copies, which was a lot. And I'm going to tell you, we were able to give Jack the biggest check he had ever received in his life, up to 1993. And here's the kicker. He got to see it printed. He got to totally dig on it. All the modern guys who were, connecting with the kids, a couple of the movie bloggers today said, Rob, I was introduced by Jack Kirby to Jack Kirby through you guys doing this. So that's the best blessing we could have given to him. But he got to see it, and then a shame, 1 year later, he had a heart attack and died.
Oh, man.
So we were, it was great working with him. The best was calling up Todd McFarlane and going, dude, I have a Jack Kirby splash page just for you. I saved you what I think is the best page because I want you to go crazy on this. I had 2 action pages for myself, called Jim Lee, called Eric Larson. It was great being the producer of that project. And so anyway, that's the long-winded hour answer. Jack Kirby is truly the king. Black Panther.
He really is.
Oh, there's my long-winded answer. I apologize.
No, that's great. Here's another one from Mikey Huxley. He wants to know, who would you cast to play the new Wolverine if it was up to you?
I can't answer. I'm stuck on Hugh Jackman. I'm gonna need somebody else to do that for me.
Break it out of it. Yeah.
Dude, having met Hugh, having loved Hugh, there is only Deadpool because of Wolverine. So okay, you know that scene in What About Mary? Did you see What About Mary?
I've seen What About Mary. Oh yeah.
At the very end of What About Mary, there's the old man who I think was carrying on with Mary's roommate called Magda, the super burnt, or she's like Leatherface. And at the end, he turns to her and says, I was only doing you to get to Mary, okay? I was only doing Deadpool to get to Wolverine, okay? Like, Wolverine was always the goal, man. You gotta understand, Deadpool, he comes from the Weapon X program. He has a healing factor. He shares a history with Wolverine. Did I not just kind of put the blueprint down and lift it and go, hello? And the whole time Marvel's like, yeah, Rob, whatever you want. That's good. Thumbs up. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting to do this. So I can't answer your question about Wolverine. I'm stuck on Hugh Jackman. I hope to God he comes back. I do. I'm still, and you know what? He's been seriously firm that he is not going to be Wolverine.
Right.
And I foolishly don't believe him.
Well, there you go. From Rob Liefeld.
There you go.
All right. Here's a question from someone by the name of Not Your Father's Comics. He says, Cosmic Spider-Man versus Cosmic Ghost Rider. Who wins?
Oh, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider. He has fire. Fire burns webs.
Oh, every day.
Dude, not even. Okay, the guy who's saying Keanu Reeves is Wolverine, all you would see is Keanu Reeves. Dabagadizzy. I love these names. I'm Dagabadizzy. I'm Rob Liefeld. Okay? Yeah, that's not going to work for me. Keanu Reeves, no. Great actor. Love John Wick. No. Go ahead.
Fair enough. Yeah, if you're just tuning in again, keep asking questions. And in a bit, we're going to get a very special reading from Rob. But first, we're going to talk comics.
You haven't seen my skills until I do this reading.
I can't wait either.
Okay.
Here's another question from Mr. C345. Are there any new characters on the horizon?
I have nothing but new characters. In the pandemic, all I've been doing, so So I believe in this pandemic because we're trapped inside all the time and we're traumatized to hell. And I have 3 teenagers. I mentioned this already. What I do is I'm not going to leave the frame again as I've done twice already. One to get Gin and the other to get Kirby. Okay. But if I were to leave, I'm not going to. I would go get my giant beanbag. My giant beanbag where I sit in every day and I read comics and I go back to my childhood. Okay. I just go back to my childhood. So what I started doing in the pandemic is writing and drawing comic books like I was in junior high and high school, just for me. They're drawn on giant board, but I'm probably just gonna print like copies on my copy machine and give them to my friends and go, this is a comic book I did during the pandemic. So lots of new characters though. Lots of new characters.
Awesome. Here's one from Culture Shock Comics. Do you have any interest in doing a SpiderMan run someday?
I had what I thought was the greatest run idea for Spider-Man back in the early 90s. But then kind of with Todd, because here's why. I'll tell you why. The appeal of Spider-Man to me, he's a great character, very inspirational in how Deadpool looks. I mean,
yeah, the eyes.
I can give you Peter Parker and Deadpool, and they kind of look alike, okay? Again, just rip the DNA right off Spider-Man. But Spider-Man has the greatest rogues gallery in the history of comics. And here, okay, that sound you hear, that's all the Batman fans crashing in like, no, Batman does. Screw you. You have the Joker. But, okay, you got Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Kraven the Hunter, the Vulture, okay? You got Hobgoblin, you have Black Cat, you have Sandman, you have Mysterio, you have Venom. Yeah. The greatest rogues gallery. Steve Ditko and Stan Lee, that is to me the greatest achievement the world they built. But maybe when I'm older, I don't see I'd ever get to it. I wanted to show you this. Can you see this? Can you tell me what that is?
Whose face is that holding Ryan Reynolds? I can't. Oh, is that Hugh Jackman?
That's Hugh Jackman holding Ryan Reynolds' head as Deadpool. They gave these away with one of those Deadpool DVDs.
Oh, very cool.
And see, you get to peel off. There's a cleaner version. Yeah. And so I made my own. This is what every woman's dream, Ryan in his underpants.
With no hair, yeah.
With yeah. So anyway, just because the Hugh Jackman question came out, I knew I had this on my desk.
That's awesome.
So there you go, kids. All right. Are we having a good time?
I'm having a great time. I hope you're having fun.
More gin. Oh, okay.
I mean, so, I got to ask about the Deadpool movie. Someone else did it for me. So we got from the Horde Collectibles. He says, they say they always love the comics. Is there any possibility of a Deadpool X-Force movie?
I don't know. Here's what people don't want to hear, but
sure.
Thank God I'm a realist. I feel like Deadpool, the movies have, they've set sail. Like we got 2 brilliant movies. And we live in a culture that always looks forward because all they're ever selling us is next. Yeah, you like that? Here's next. You like that? Here's next. I've told my kids it's the fever. It's the fever. You like Hunger Games? We're going to start splitting those books into 2 movies, okay? Chapter 3 is 2 movies. And you like Twilight? 2 movies. You like Harry Potter? It's the fever. For me, as the fever calms down, people just need to chill out and realize that, dude, Deadpool 1 and 2 were released within 2 years of each other, 2018. And I just can't, I'm not really that crazy about Marvel's plan right now. It's the first time I go, hey, Feige, did you even have a plan? Your plan was Eternals and Shang-Chi? That was your plan? And Black Widow? Okay, dude, so they closed the door. Chris Evans says goodbye. Robert Downey Jr. says goodbye. Black Widow falls off a cliff, says goodbye. They almost lose Tom Holland to Sony.
Yep.
Okay, but you're a genius. But Marvel, you're geniuses. Okay, I think I like the Deadpool films. I can't look if they started making Deadpool today, it would come out in 4 years. I can't get excited about that. So I hate that that's the answer, but I can't gloss it up and go, oh yeah, gee golly.
No, I think you're right.
And you know what they got playing with Deadpool right now? You know what they have playing? They got goose egg. Zero. So enjoy the movies. Do what I do. I set myself up for all the haters. Don't give me those hater questions though. That's bullshit. By saying, I'm living in the past, man. I'm just living in the past. Do like I do. Live in the past. Okay. All right.
Wow. You know, you really turned me around on this whole Marvel thing. I don't know what I think anymore about it.
Really? The Eternals that don't even look like Jack Kirby? Hey.
I mean, that's a Jack Kirby classic right there. Ooh. Oh, there it is.
Those are in here, and they don't look like what they've shown us so far. I had high hopes, and I still will. Give me a good trailer, okay? But you know what?
All right.
About yourself.
That looks pretty cool.
Oh, it's a comic book about me. Do you know who Ed Piskor is? He made this.
Yeah, I have one of those.
That's me and Spike Lee shooting my commercial. Here's the deal, man. If you don't have a comic book about yourself, come on.
I don't know what to say. Here's a question from Mike Orozcog. He wants to know, what are your thoughts on this New Mutants movie that's sort of been in the works for a while? Are you excited for it?
Oh, so I can talk to you about New Mutants. That
Please.
new movie was shot before Deadpool 2. Think about it. Next week is 2 years since Deadpool 2 came out.
Yeah.
New Mutants was shot before.
Man.
And then I don't know what the hell happened, dude. But like now it's on Amazon for pre-order. I mean, at least like honestly, just give it to us. Now here's the deal. Here's the truth. My friends saw a test screening and I couldn't attend that day. I would have been able to sneak in because it was
wow.
They loved it. Here's what I know. All my friends who saw New Mutants in December of 2017 loved it. They loved it. They said, oh, it's going to be, and they were describing it to me. They said a couple of special effects weren't done, but Rob, they loved it. And then it got taken off the schedule, and then Disney happened. And so anyway, I just, I hear it's great. But I mean, look, dude, here's the deal. Do you really want to go back and sit into a theater? I'm a giant movie nerd, and it's going to be a long time.
I know, but I do. I miss it.
I do not miss it. I have movie theater recliners in the next room.
I'm jealous.
I'm never leaving the house, okay? And I'm not going to a theater where you can sneeze on me. I'm a little bit, I think we've all gotten a little agoraphobic.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to get to this reading because I'm really excited for it. I want to ask you a few lightning round questions first.
Yes.
This is something we've been doing with everyone. We call it the post-apocalyptic lightning round. So just give me your quickest answer.
Okay.
Okay, if the singularity happened and you could upload your brain to a computer and live forever, would you do it?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to be a technological thing.
Fair enough.
All
right.
I just want to die.
If there was a zombie apocalypse tomorrow, where would you go to try to survive?
Robert Kirkman's compound. The guy that created The Walking Dead has the most kick-ass compound, and I'd go hide in his house.
Plus, you know zombies. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. If you could go...
It's the house.
It's the house. If you were invited to help colonize Mars, but it meant you could never come back to Earth, would you do it?
If I could take my family, yes. If not, no.
Oh, interesting.
But my kids.
Yeah.
I want to see my kids die in the zombie apocalypse, okay?
If you could be a robot with a heart or a human without a heart, which would you choose?
Human without a heart.
All right. And one more question. This one's a bit of a thinker. What's a superpower that no one's ever thought up yet or turns into a superhero that you would want to see in a comic?
You're stumping me. You stumped me. Laser claws. I don't know.
Laser claws. Ooh, I like it.
Laser claws. Okay.
I like it a lot. All right. That was post-apocalyptic lightning round with Rob Liefeld. Now we're going to do this awesome reading of Fantastic Four. So give us a quick tell me why you're reading this, and then we're going to jump
I don't get into comics without this comic right here. My dad takes me to the barbershop. You might not understand that with my hair, but he takes me to the barbershop.
I don't know about that.
You got some red hair, dude. Takes me to the barbershop. I have only been allowed, my dad's a Baptist minister, very kind of strict. I read Richie Rich and Archie comics. But Fred the Barber, God bless him, Fred has left this earth. This is 1974, 1973. He has this on his stack of comics, and I can't let it go. And this comic is amazing because all Marvel comics in the 70s were badass. That is all that's on my spinner rack are Marvel comics from the 70s. That is my age because, remember, I'm old. I'm very old. So this has Namor and my Submariner, who we haven't seen in the Marvel Universe yet, right? Everybody wants him. Is he coming? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, and look at this cover. Sue Richards is mine till the day I die. I mean, okay, wow. I'm going to read this to you because comic books are quick and
all right, let's do it.
How do you get past that splash page?
Wow.
Look at that. Look at the drama. Tilted angle, upshot. Okay, so this is, and here's the deal. From Namor, I would transfer my love of hothead superheroes to Wolverine, okay? I loved the bad-tempered superheroes were my favorites, okay? So here we go. This is Fantastic Four 147. I should tell you that Fred the Barber said, if you want to drive home and trade me some Archie comics for this, I'll do that because I want you to have this. I see how much you love it. And a lifelong addiction, going into liquor stores when I was 7 years old because they had the best comics. My corner down my house was rocking. Here I go. Ladies and gentlemen, Fantastic Four 147. Let me set the stage. Sue Richards has left Reed Richards because she's in love with Prince Namor. The Submariner Strikes. The Submariner by Jerry Conway, who created Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Rich Buckler, and Joe Sinnott. Okay, and I'm going to give you some great voices here. Holy cow, it's worse than I figured. Figured, not figured. F-I-G-G-E-R-E-D. Figured. It's worse than I figured. Torchy, we got to do something. He's at the end of his rope. You're telling me, says Johnny Storm, I had troubles when I broke up with Crystal. But that was just kindergarten compared to everything that's happening with Reed. I'm so glad you finally see that, Johnny. Reed Richards needs our help. All of our help. Medusa, you ain't just whistling Dixie, all right? They are standing over Reed Richards, who is distraught.
Man.
Things was pretty bad when I went to bring you guys back, flying halfway around the blasted world, just in time, too. You guys been mixing it up with these jokers, but the way you spoke, we never dreamed it would be like this. Reed is holding divorce papers.
Oh, no.
Divorce papers from Sue Richards. She wants out. Well, Thing's not having it. I'm jumping to the bottom panel where the Thing pronounces, and if none of you clowns wants to do something about this, I will. Johnny Storm and the Thing leave on the Fantasty Cycle, okay? They are flying, and he says, don't forget whose side you're on, Johnny. Sue may be your sister, but Reed's your friend, okay? And then he says, seems to me I can remember a time when you were as angry with Reed as I was, Thing. Is that all in the past now? And he says, you better believe it, hothead. When the chips are down, a man sticks with his pals. We are learning about friendship here, okay? And then they're approaching the ocean. They're over the ocean. So just so you know, 1 page ago, we're shocked at Reed. Now you know he's getting divorced. Sue is with Johnny. They are flying to sea.
Yeah.
I mean, Sue is with Namor. They're flying to sea. He's overhead and he goes, what the? Dude, this is why Marvel Comics were the best. Page 4. Submariner is coming out of the ocean. Okay, this is my, whoa. Okay, and here, you gotta hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry was a student of Stan Lee. Many are the foes Ben Grimm has faced in the years since he became the Thing. Mole Man, Doctor Doom, Annihilus, Blastar, each more powerful than the rest in his own way, a deadly menace. Yet all of those foes, there is only one whose full power has never been turned upon Ben Grimm. Those whose strength has never been tested, who remains an enigma, neither fully a foe nor fully a friend, which might serve to explain Ben Grimm's confusion as he cries out, Namor, the Submariner. Okay, you're 6 years old like me. You are out of your mind reading this comic. A guy just came out of the ocean. Ben Grimm is scared of him, and he pops him. Boom! Look at this. Boom, boom. Marvel Comics used to have the best action. This is how they were born.
I think I got that one.
Namor says, "That's right, Thing. And though at this moment you and I have no quarrel, I must strike you, for my honor demands it." Because his honor demands it, he's going to beat down the Thing. Okay? And we get, wait, look at that sound effect. Whammo.
Whammo.
And then he says, "Surrender now, Thing. I have no desire to harm you." Okay? "Though I must, and I most certainly will if you persist in your chosen course of action." Action? Buddy, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you think you're gonna order the Thing around, fish face, you got another thing coming. Fish face. Not so, my orange-skinned friend. Orange skin? You mean rocks? I mean, those are rocks. He says, "It is you who must reconsider. For in this element, Namor is supreme." And he drives the Thing into the water. I got to pause just 1 minute. This is the greatest ad ever. I sent
Big
away.
three.
These are the big three. These were gold coins with Conan, Hulk, and SpiderMan on them, okay? I sent away from these, and I never got it, okay?
Oh, no.
But I still look at this ad, and I've actually never seen them in the wild. If someone has these, contact me, all right? Yeah. We're going to keep chugging here.
Please.
More action. More action as they beat each other down. And bottom line, he says, Namor pops him, and it says,
so one of the commenters says they got the coin. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, you got to show
Niagara.
me that. You got to show me that. So Namor knocks him down, and then he says, "With the Thing down, I must turn to other matters. For I saw two members of the Fantastic Four approach me. I saw the Human Torch." Sure enough, up from above, he looks up and it says, "You said it, creep. One of them is me, and right now I'm burning mad." And Johnny throws his fireballs at Namor. Shoosh, shoosh. Here, I'll give you some good sound effects. Okay? "You're going to have to deal with me. And for somebody who thrives on water like you do, tangling with a wall of flame is big trouble." So here's the deal. We get a lot of fighting. Okay?
Great.
And Namor is on page 8. They're still fighting. Wow. They're still throwing blows. This is why you buy comics, to have comic book throwdowns. You didn't talk to me about what superhero speech you wanted me to give. You asked me what superpower would I have, okay? And what's good's a superpower if you're not punching somebody in the face, right? Okay? Sure. Like these guys are. So finally, Ben said, "A man's got to stick with his friends, otherwise he's nothing." And Namor says, "Unhand me, you witless baboon." And he says, "I said he's nothing. And if you don't believe that, Fishman, then you're nothing too." Boom! And right here, Namor says, "I've had enough of this." And he flies away. And he says, "Sue Richards is mine now and forevermore." And he flies away, okay? And dude, that's page 15. I mean, we've had nothing but beatdowns and throwdowns. And they go back to Reed and they let him know what's going on. And Reed says, "I'm coming with you. We're going to attack Atlantis." Okay, can I just stop right now and just tell you?
Yeah.
We're going to attack Atlantis. Again,
wow.
How is this not my favorite comic of all time? Okay, so Reed jumps with them in the Fantastic Car right here. Nice. The Fantastic Car, which who doesn't want a Fantastic Car? Okay, I want a Fantastic Car.
One.
Laser claws. And they fly, and here you go, buddy. They are going to the Empire of Submariner in Atlantis, and there's your splash page. There is your splash, and Namor is standing right on top of this, waiting for them, okay? And Reed says, "Submariner, he's built himself a fortress down here, like one of Reed's giant what's-this-is." A giant what's-this-is. No sign of Susie anywhere. So here's the deal. I know we're short on time.
Please, take your time.
They re-engage, Johnny. They re-engage, and they fight now under the water. Okay? And we get all these great fisticuffs. I mean, Ben Grimm Thing and Namor are facing off. And then Reed enters the fray, but here's how we're going to do this. Okay, Reed gets really mad, and he's like, that's my wife. Look at this, him tackling Prince Namor.
Wow.
He's like, I want my wife back. And Namor says, what's wrong? What's wrong, Reed? Are you unable to face the truth? Are you unable to face the truth? And then Ben reaches Sue Storm. What's this all been about? There she is. He says, Susie. And he says, come on, let's break out of this joint, Susie. And she says, Ben, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. We can't let them go on fighting like this. You have to get them out. Get to Reed. You've all made Big Caps a terrible mistake. Okay, buddy, here we go. We're about to wrap. We're on the last page.
Last page.
Okay? And Sue runs out, and Namor says, Susan, because Namor calls her Susan. And she says, Namor, no, they don't know. I haven't told them. And then he says, perhaps you should. Perhaps you should tell them. I don't seem to have made it clear myself. She says, Namor didn't kidnap me, Reed. He asked me to go with him. And I did. Last panel. You see, Reed, it's something I've always suspected. And now I know it to be true. I love the Submariner.
Oh, no.
I'm going to stay with him forever. I'm going to stay with him forever. Next issue, surprises galore. Old villains, old friends. The FF at war. Dude.
Wow.
That's heavy.
That's serious stuff.
You're 7 years old. What the heck? Not only did I get great action, okay, but I got great draw.
Where'd it go?
Temporary, sorry. It's the gin. So not only did I get great action, I got great drama, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I buy into this for a superhero fight. This is 70s Marvel. Reed's got divorce papers in his hands. Oh, Sue's divorcing me. Namor kidnaps Sue Storm. And then they get there, and the last panel, I love him. I'm staying with him forever. And you know what? They don't resolve this in the next issue.
Really?
We don't, and I'm not going to read this to you, so everyone go, thank God, Leifeld's not going to read this. Wait 3 more months. 3 more months.
Wow. Ooh, look at that sea monster.
And the conclusion
Wow.
of the story.
Maybe if we're lucky, you'll come back in a month and read that one for us. That would be great.
Hey, you know what? I gave you some of my best energy today, okay?
You were fantastic.
What you need to see is me collapse after this, because I'm pretty worn out myself. But
all right, well then I won't keep you any longer, Rob.
did I go long?
No, you went perfect. Let me ask you one more question, and then we're going to wrap. And a reminder for everyone watching, this whole thing's going to be on YouTube, so if you missed any of it or you just want to rewatch that awesome reading, it will be on YouTube tomorrow. Quick question for you. For anyone who's maybe a little bored, doesn't have a bunch of teenage kids keeping them occupied all day, is there anything you recommend, any comics they should read, books, TV shows, movies? What are you getting a lot of fun enjoyment out of right now that you recommend?
So I am watching a lot of old TV that I loved as a kid. $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, Battlestar Galactica, a lot of cowboy shows. My kids and my wife leave the room. Oh my gosh. You should watch Cowboys. It's like superheroes. Once upon a time, it was wall-to-wall Cowboys for a decade. Kind of like where we are now with superheroes. Look, as far as comic books, because comic books is my passion, I think I just proved that. I love comic books. I think cheap entertainment is making a giant comeback, okay? Comic books are affordable. You can buy them. Go online, support a comic store in your area, buy a comic book from them, a trade paperback, a collection of comics, and dive into them. This spinner rack right here, this is where your Marvel Cinematic Universe was born, okay?
Yeah.
This is the stories, okay? These Avengers, this stuff, this is where the Marvel Cinematic Universe was born, in these pages. Without these comic book creators, writers, artists, you don't get Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth doing their thing, right? So I am into comic books, old TV, also old cartoons, Let me ask you something. Have you heard of Thundar the Barbarian? If not, go seek out Thundar. Jack Kirby, Alex Toth were the two artistic visionaries behind it. Two of the most prominent, powerful, influential cartoonists ever. They made a cartoon. It's called Thundar the Barbarian. It was on for 2 seasons on ABC. It was my Saturday morning appointment. If you are wondering if I'm regressing back into a child, I am.
Well, aren't we all?
I am.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for joining me on Inverse Happy Hour. I had a great time. I hope you did too. This really flew by. Again, I would love to have you back to read another comic someday if you're up for it.
I'm up for it.
That's great. All right.
Next time I'll read X-Men. Okay.
Oh man,
I'll
don't even tease me on that one. All right, we'll let you recharge a bit, and then we'll do this again soon. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you don't follow Rob on Instagram, you should, because he is really awesome on Instagram. And follow Inverse for lots of cool science and sci-fi. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much, everyone. Cheers.
See ya.